forming the clay. And forming the clay, these are the materials that you will need. You need a bowl of water. I get these, make a little stencil. This is a stencil, and the way I was told that always use polyester material because it stretches. And you can, this is kind of like starting off your clay with this. And then also, if you need a sponge, you can sponge it out. Just put water in there and sponge it out. And this is a cutting tool. So when you're forming your clay, you use this cutting tool, and you're gonna make it stretch out. It's gonna spray it. And also too, there's different kinds of paddles that a lot of people use. These are one of the clay paddles. And if you can't afford one, if you have anything like home, or you can buy these at different convenience stores, you can get this, just long as it has a shape. If you see that shape, this is how you're gonna learn to mold your clay, because when you get this one, it's gonna go around with it like this. So this is really good. And this little flat one, I like this little flat one. Is also a small putty paddle, clay paddle, that you can use also, but it's heavy. It's heavy, and this is my favorite because every time when I make my clay, I always it flats it out really good. And you can put it on a table, or you can use a round board to do your stuff, form your clay, because when you don't have your materials, if you have a sheet or something to put your stuff form on there, it won't get your table dirty. And this one is the last one, is kind of like a wheel. You can get these at the pottery store, or in when you're or in Walmart if you're have those cutting decoration pans. This is good too, because when you put it down like this on your clay on there, and you want to keep going like this, you can turn it around and see how your clay is formed, because it's better when you have this in the center with the ring. I call this a ring because these rings will sit on here like this on top of it with your clay. And then when you're paddling your clay, you can just move it around like that. A lot of people don't use this, but a lot of all of them use just the basic one with a board like this, and then it's all your convenience how you want to make it. So with this, last week when we did the pottery making, this is the clay right here that was formed. And it's kind of watery, which is okay, because once you get this out like this, you can see how much water you have in your clay. And once you keep forming it, you can move it around. Like a lot of people do is they usually just get this and put it in a circle like that, and then they put it down, and then they pat it down. It all depends what kind of tools you want. And I also have a rag. Like a lot of people use rags on there, because a rag will circle, will take out the moisture, and you just wet this down, and then you paddle it down like this. And the reason why you gotta hit it is because you gotta take out all the bubbles. Because if you have bubbles in your clay, it when you fire it, it's going to burst. So always remember, put it round like this, and then you just press it down and take out as much moisture out of here. Because remember, it was wet, but hitting it with a t-shirt, it could be a t-shirt, con t-shirt, or whatever t-shirt you have. I tell a lot of students that if you have t-shirts that you don't like, use it. See? And you can see the bubble right there. There's a bubble in there. So always remember to get all your bubbles out, and just keep forming it and get all that moisture out of there. sometimes it'll crack open really loud, and then it takes out all the air out of your clay. I just got a little bit just to show you, but a lot of people want to make a real big big Oya, but it's best to start little. I always tell my students that you gotta make it small, because once you become a professional, you can make big ones. But for the meantime, I'm gonna make a little one, because that's the only way you will learn how to make clay. Is just make sure you take out all the air pockets. They call them air pockets.